What's up guys, it's Tommy here and welcome to a very exciting Liverpool transfer news video because I have some big news for you guys. Nabil Fekir has parted ways with his agent, reported by the Mirror and various other newspapers in England and in France. He wants to secure the summer transfer that was denied him last summer to Liverpool, and I'm really excited about this news because Fekir splitting from his agent is very significant news. Maybe there was something breakdown in communication, and we will have quotes from the agent and various other sources about this, so stay tuned because this is a very interesting video. And guys, if you enjoy these types of videos, please leave a like, it really helps me out. Turn on the bell notification so you never miss a future upload. Liverpool sealed a £53 million transfer fee with Lyon, but then they failed to sign Nabil Fekir, and Fekir maybe blames his agent in part of that. And basically Fekir is saying that the failure of Fekir's agent Jean-Pierre Bernet to resurrect the deal and start the negotiations with Liverpool for a summer transfer this summer, that led to Fekir basically firing his agent. So much so that they barely spoke during the final months of them being together, according to the Mirror. The agreement between Fekir's agent and Fekir ended on April the 17th, so just 3 days before this video. And Bernet told radio station Europe 1 on Saturday that they had parted ways. "I terminated the contract on Thursday," said Bernet, Fekir's ex-agent. "It was a choice that Nabil Fekir took. He will certainly look for another agent. Like all human relationships, from time to time you can have a difference of opinion on someone's future or their behavior." And Fekir has a gentleman's agreement with Lyon president Jean-Michel Aulas that he can leave in the summer, and Fekir definitely wanted to leave last summer, so I don't see any reason why he would stay put, and especially because he only has 1 year left on his contract, which means that Lyon have to sell him right now. Otherwise they get nothing for him. Real Madrid, Chelsea, Bayern Munich and of course Liverpool are interested in Nabil Fekir. And Jean-Michel Bernet fanned the flames regarding Fekir and whether Europe's elite are genuinely interested in taking him from his current club. And he said this: "To get into one of the top 10 clubs is very difficult. You must have an approach. You must not place too much importance on the role of an agent. When you have a big player and the big club wants him, it is the club who come to see you. If not, you are not soliciting interest." So maybe Fekir was blaming his agent in the failed transfer, and Fekir really wants to move to a big club in the summer. And maybe the agent didn't really agree with Fekir, and that's why their relationship went south, and Fekir now will look for another agent, hopefully, and Fekir is certainly hoping that the new agent can get him a big transfer to a big club. And I would love to see Fekir at Liverpool. I only want Fekir at Liverpool if Liverpool pay about 25 to 30 million pounds for Fekir, because he's still putting up great numbers at Lyon. Last season Fekir scored 23 goals for Lyon. This season he only has 11 goals, but he was in and out of the side, and there was a big controversy at Lyon recently. AFP journalist David recently reported on a pair of training ground fights. Yes, you heard it right. There were training ground fights between two pair of players at Lyon, and at least one of those fights involved Nabil Fekir and resulted in him and the other 3 players being dropped for the Nantes-Lyon game, which Lyon went on to lose. Lyon lost 2-1 in that game, and Canal Plus says that Lyon's Nabil Fekir, Depay, Marcelo and Ferland Mendy were involved in this is just crazy to me, 2 training ground fights. And yeah, the first 3 of those players were on the bench, but Mendy didn't even make the squad against Nantes. Lyon played Angers on Friday. They beat them 2-1, and Nabil Fekir played and he started in that game. There's a question as to which club will target Nabil Fekir in the summer. And Bernet, Jean-Michel Bernet, the ex-agent of Fekir, recently spoke to L'Equipe and confirmed that the knee was a factor in the collapse, elaborating on just how far the deal had progressed. And I quote him, "We will know, baby, the real circumstances that prevented Fekir's move to Liverpool. The knee was a part of it, but not only that. He had passed the medical, done photos with the red shirt, so those photos were legitimate. That was circulating in the media, which is mind-blowing. I've never seen anything like that happen ever before, not just at Liverpool, but at any club, that the player does the official interview and official photos with the club shirt, the training kit, the home kit, everything, and it got leaked into social media, and then the whole deal collapsed. I mean, that's very, very unusual. And of course, Lyon won't ask for the same transfer fee that they did last summer, because last summer Fekir had 2 years left on his contract. Now he only has 1 year left on his contract. So I think they will drop the asking price. But there are not a lot of big clubs circulating around Fekir, maybe because of that knee issue, but I would love to see Liverpool go back for him, I will be honest. Fekir's relationship with the Lyon squad and the Lyon players has become a topic of discussion in France, and sports writer Jeremy Smith recently detailed the situation at the club. And he said, Fekir, who in a press conference this week said of the team, "We are not exactly best friends, but the atmosphere is fine." Fekir is sticking more and more to his little brother in the changing room, and teammates have railed against Marcelo's immature attitude. And Marcelo was, of course, one of the players who got involved in that training ground bust-up. So it looks like there has been different groups, different cliques in the Lyon dressing room, and Fekir is certainly a player who is looking to leave Lyon, that's 100% now. And even the Lyon manager, Bruno Genesio, recently confirmed that he will leave Lyon at the end of the season, citing a negative environment at the club as one of the reasons why he's leaving. And Lyon definitely would likely rather sell the player, Fekir, rather than risk entering the new season with a very unhappy Nabil Fekir, who could sign a pre-contract agreement with any team outside of France as of January next year. So I really hope that Liverpool go in for Nabil Fekir. He still has a great goal scoring ratio, and he's a player who can score banging free kicks. And even if he just plays one game per week, he would be a huge help for Liverpool, because Fekir would guarantee about 10 goals from midfield, something that Liverpool are badly lacking, in my opinion. Yes, Naby Keita recently scored a couple, Henderson scored recently, but we don't have a consistent goal scorer from any of our midfielders. We have to constantly rely on Mane, Salah and Firmino to score goals, and in some games I think that will come back and bite Liverpool, even if they stay fit. But if one of them get injured, Liverpool will be seriously short of goals, and I would love to see Nabil Fekir at Liverpool, but only for the right price. So let me know what you think about this story. And I have very, very good news for you guys. It looks like Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain can be included and probably will be included in the squad for the Cardiff game tomorrow. And also Joe Gomez is back now, fully fit. He played a few minutes against Porto, which was really, really good to see. I'm not sure if Jurgen Klopp should start Gomez against Cardiff, but certainly as a substitute, he can be a big help. And Jurgen Klopp told the Mirror of their appearance in the under-23 games. He said Ox and Joe both did really well. The Liverpool under-23s went to Leicester under-23s and won 6-0. Ryan Brewster scored, Camacho scored a hat-trick, And it was just a very good game. Oxlade-Chamberlain played one half and Joe Gomez played longer. It was a brilliant game according to Klopp by all of the boys. To be honest, I watched it back, it looked really good. It's clear they still need time to get full match fitness, but it's nice to have them back. And now Joe first as an option. He played right fullback, we need him as this option as well. We all know he played a wonderful season at the centre half position until his injury. But he can play both and it's good to have him. And I think Trent Alexander-Arnold probably needs a rest, maybe. So I think maybe I would be tempted to start Joe Gomez at right back against Cardiff. And if it doesn't really work out, we can bring in Trent Alexander-Arnold after half-time or at 60th minute or something like that. And Jurgen Klopp wants the Premier League to help Liverpool more. Our fixture, it has just been announced before the Barcelona game. Our fixture against Newcastle has been moved from Sunday to Saturday because we are playing on Tuesday against Barcelona a few weeks from now, and we were scheduled to play Sunday and then Tuesday, but that Sunday Newcastle-Liverpool game was moved to Saturday, which was really good. But Jurgen Klopp wants more help because, for example, the Dutch League postpones the whole weekend of Eredivisie Dutch League fixtures before Ajax's semi-final in the Dutch League, which is huge. Jurgen Klopp said this, and I quote, "The Dutch League had a real problem because with the last 2 match days all the games were on the same day. Would something like that happen in England? No, I don't think it would happen. I don't think it would happen in Germany either, to be 100% honest. But I think the Premier League should support their teams. We now have 4 English teams in semi-finals in Europe, and that is a big number. Can the Premier League do it? I don't know. We all signed the big contracts with the TV stations. On the one side, we want the money, but on the other side, it is not always working out. If it is possible, then everybody should help. It is a busy schedule over the year. For us, it's okay. It's clear that we will play Newcastle on the Saturday. We are just not 100% sure when. It would be important if we could play Newcastle in the late game on the Saturday and not the 12:30 p.m. kickoff. That would be strange. I think it would be strange because Newcastle is up north, almost at the Scottish border. So I think Liverpool have to travel quite far and then have to, travel back. But playing an early kickoff, that probably Liverpool would need to get up at a very early hour to go to Newcastle and to get settled there and play the game at a 12:30 kickoff. That would be quite weird. And Jurgen Klopp said, what Holland is doing, I don't think is possible in all countries. If the whole world is watching you and you have signed these massive contracts then I don't know if it is possible, but it would be nice if it was possible and they would do it. And Xabi Alonso recently gave a very interesting interview to Nico Rosberg. They just did a podcast together, basically. It's on Nico Rosberg's YouTube channel, by the way, if you want to check it out. And he said this about Jurgen Klopp. I've played so many times against Jurgen Klopp. I would have loved to have been coached by him, but I'm really happy he's at Liverpool. He's a top manager and seems really passionate because he gets close to the players and is a good thinker of the game. I really want Liverpool to win the title because we have been chasing it for so long. That's so good to hear Xabi Alonso talking about Liverpool as we, which is how Liverpool fans talk about their club. So Xabi Alonso, it looks like he's still a Liverpool fan. He still has a soft spot for Liverpool, and I would love to see Xabi Alonso back at some kind of capacity, maybe as an assistant manager or a training coach at Liverpool, but I'm not sure if that is going to happen. He said, I know how much it means for the club, for their fans after so long without winning the Premier League. And yes, they can win it because they reached the final last year. They can win the Premier League as well. And now they know how it feels to be there. But we will see. It's going to be a great semi-final to watch against Barcelona. And I'm really looking forward to it. That is great by Xabi Alonso. He has been one of my favorite Liverpool players of the last 15 years. He has been top class from the day he signed to Liverpool to the day he left. And I'm sure that in private, Rafa Benitez would admit that it was one of his biggest mistakes to try to sign Gareth Barry and to try to sell Xabi Alonso, and Xabi Alonso in the end left Liverpool because of that. He didn't really want to leave the club, but when the manager doesn't really want you there, you don't really have a lot of choices. And he went to Real Madrid and then Bayern Munich, and he won everything there is to win. He won the Champions League, of course, at Liverpool, and the FA Cup. But the big regret is that Xabi Alonso couldn't win a Premier League title, so that's why he probably wants Liverpool to win the Premier League title. And Martin Keown, who is an Arsenal legend and he won many Premier League titles with Arsenal, he is happy that Virgil van Dijk didn't sign for Manchester City, because he believes that that's the reason why we have such a good title race. And I fully agree with him. Can you imagine if Van Dijk went to Man City? It would have been an absolute disaster, because then Man City would have walked the Premier League and Liverpool would be probably fighting to get into the top 4 instead of fighting for the league title. That's how good Van Dijk is. We would be stuck with Lovren and Matip and Joe Gomez, and that defense wouldn't be as good as our defense by a long shot. And Martin Keown said this about Van Dijk. Van Dijk is just class, isn't he? He purrs around the pitch, in possession or out of possession. He's a mountain in the air and has taken on the responsibility at this time in his career to try to lead Liverpool to the title. That's because he wants to be a winner. I'm just glad he didn't go to Man City, because he could have gone there and we wouldn't have had a brilliant title race like this one if he had gone to Man City. And according to the Telegraph, Man City were very interested in signing Van Dijk. But by the time they approached Van Dijk already decided that he will move to Liverpool. He gave his word to Jurgen Klopp, and Jurgen Klopp already turned his head, if you like. And I think Van Dijk made a terrific decision, because in the next 5, 6, 7 years, Van Dijk can become a Liverpool legend. Somebody who is mentioned in the same breath as an Alan Hansen, or maybe even a Jamie Carragher. I mean, he won't be as big a legend as Jamie Carragher, because he's not a Scouser and he won't be able to play 700 plus games for Liverpool. But if Van Dijk just wins one Premier League title and one Champions League, he will go down into Liverpool folklore, Liverpool history. And I'm really happy that Van Dijk already has his own song at Liverpool as well. When Jurgen Klopp gave his first ever press conference as a Liverpool manager, he said, if we sit here in 4 years' time, I think we win one title. And he joked that if not, he would end up in Switzerland if that did not come true. And I think it could come true this season. But of course, it all depends on the Man City-Tottenham game, which I will be covering for you guys after this video is uploaded. So stay tuned for that. And Jurgen Klopp said this: people reminded me when I came here and signed a 4-year contract that in 4 years we probably would have won something. But of course he renegotiated his contract in 2016 and now it expires in 2022, which is 3 seasons from now. And I really hope that Liverpool extended that contract with another 3 seasons or something like that. And Jurgen Klopp said this: it didn't happen yet. Look, both sides, the club and myself, have a wonderful commitment that we really try everything to make the club as successful as possible. How long it will take, I have no clue. The position we are in now, I'm really happy with. It is not the final position we want to be, but the awareness from outside of the club of where we are, second consecutive time in the Champions League semi-final, is really special. So many teams tried to get that this year again, and it did not happen. You need luck in some moments. We needed it before Napoli, the final group game in the Champions League group stage. Who would have thought that we would be in the semis again? We were this close to getting knocked out in the group stage, that's true. And he said, we want to improve. Our problem is the other teams do not sleep and make good decisions as well. So it's up in the air, but I think Liverpool are on the right track. They are improving year upon year. And that's all you can ask from Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool, to just keep growing and keep improving. And it's unfortunate that we are up against one of the best teams of the Premier League era in Manchester City. But I really hope that they drop points against either Tottenham or Manchester United. We shall wait and see. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. See you later. Goodbye.